Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day in Hunterdon County, western New Jersey here. It's like 60 degrees. There's a breeze blowing. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. We've had like 8 or 9 days of straight torrential rain and then some, soft rain, but made everything a muddy mess. Nobody could cut their lawns, do anything. Everyone's just kind of hibernating, but I guess that's spring. But the reason I was just doing a quick video, I had a gentleman, we met him and his lovely wife maybe about 3 years ago at one of the fairs that we do. We do the carnivals and fairs, set up the sharpening and sell some of the woodworking stuff that we do and things of that nature. He was selling shaved ice, him and his wife. And he had these blades, I guess they're out of Japan and they're for this machine, and he was having trouble getting them sharpened. Like I said, they were expensive to replace, so he wanted to try to get them sharpened. He had a couple of people that did them for him in the past. They worked on it, couldn't work out and get the angles right. So he gave me some. We were lucky enough that we played around with it, found the right angles, and it's worked out both for him and for us. So he sent me 27 of them, and I just figured I'd show you our process. Some people it might be interesting, other people maybe that they have a sharpening service and this is something they can get into as well, or maybe they shied away from it in the past, maybe this will help them. And other people, maybe they're just kind of bored and wanted something to watch, so maybe you stick around. So we'll get right to it. Okay, so here are the blades he sent out. Here's 27 of them. They sent them out and mailed them in a box, and these are the sleeves and everything that they put in to protect them once you get them all wrapped and reboxed. And you see, like I said, they're made out of Japan. So if you look here, there's a certain angle, real fine edge there that I think it's going to show up there for you, that we have to duplicate to get them back to fighting shape for them. So what I usually do is I set it up on both of these machines, and I'll show you in a second. I set the angle on the first machine here, and then I'll set the angle on the second machine. I'll run the 3 belts on this machine, and then finish honing them with a leather strop on the second machine. So after, like I said, we've been doing them for about 3 years for them, and figured out the best way to set up the angle and the jig for us. So real quick, what we do is I line it up in between. There's 3 holes here. One of them the glove is covering. I line it up into the top of that 3rd hole, or the middle hole, out of the 3, and then we tighten it down. Try to get it lined up square and straight across the top, like so, and then we're pretty much set. After that, we're going to set the angle on the actual grinders, and after that it goes pretty fast. Okay, that's what it'll look like set up on the grinding machine with the AccuMaster angle finder. So we have this set angle, and like I said, we've done this for them for the last couple of years, so I know what angle we have to use. Otherwise, you'd have to play around with it and find out. But once you get it, you lock it in, record that note, and then you're pretty good for repeatability if the people or your customers bring it back again. What we end up doing here is I go through 3 different belts. I use 120 first, then 220, and then 400. After you've completed all 3 belts, we move over to the other machine, which is set at the exact same angle, and then we finish it up on a leather honing strop. I end up usually trying to, like I said, only using 3 passes on each belt. Sometimes on the first belt, if the blades are tipped or dull, you might have to go a little bit more, but less is more on something like this. You don't want to continue to grind away because you're losing metal. The more metal you take off of that blade, of course, the lifespan of that blade is shorter, so the customer ends up having to buy a new one a lot faster. So we try to do take off as minimum amount of metal that we can to make it successful. So I'll go right into the process now and give you just a quick video on what it looks like. I just wanted to show you, these blades really are not that dull, but for their purposes, to get that ice the way they need it to be, it has to be a lot sharper than that. Okay, once you get everything set up, it's a pretty quick process. This is the 120 belt. We're going to start off right now and try to do 3 passes to get it done. Okay, got a good burr on that side. Now I'll just take and I knock off the burr on that grit. I do the same thing for each one, 220. This here is just an eraser. Selling pretty much anywhere in woodworking places, Amazon. It cleans out the sanding belts, gets the metal or wood, whatever that's in that sanding belt, and makes them last a little bit longer, so they work out well. Again, 3 passes. Got a nice burr on the other side. I'll just knock that off. Then I go to the 400. Then we're over to the leather honing strop. I put a little paste on here. This is an 800 grit honing strop paste, and this just hones it and polishes the blade out. I do 4 passes, and again, knock off any burr on the other side. After it comes off the honing strop, it's just test it, make sure the blade is sharp enough, and this one is good. After that, I take all of these blades here, I clean them up with 91% iso alcohol, then I'll repackage them up in the containers that they gave us, call them to either pick it up or mail them if that's what they would rather do. And that's the whole process. Bob's your uncle. We're all done. It's all set. Hope this video was enjoyable. It wasn't too boring for you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please subscribe if you like the video. And even if you don't or didn't, please subscribe anyway. That would be great for us. But I hope the weather's nice where you guys are at, because it's been, like I said, it's absolutely beautiful here, and hope you're getting a chance to enjoy the same type of weekend. So we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.